Yo, what is up YouTube? Fury here, bringing you guys a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be going over the ability to choose a custom crosshair within Fortnite Battle Royale. This is something that we've been looking at for quite some time. A lot of people have been, thinking about bringing this into the game. People have been suggesting it on Reddit quite a bit, so we're going to be talking about that in today's video. But before that, if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Also, I'd like to mention there's only one day left on the giveaway, or this month's giveaway. If you guys do want to enter that for the chance to win some free V-Bucks, make sure you follow the Gleam link in the description down below. Also, if you do get first like on any of my videos, make sure you send me a Twitter image. I'll head you guys back with that follow. And with that said, let's get right into today's video. If you guys are interested in winning some free V-Bucks, we are currently giving away 6,000 V-Bucks to you guys. All you got to do to enter is like the video, subscribe if you aren't already, and turn on those post notifications, as well as follow the Gleam link in the description down below. There's going to be 6 winners, 1,000 V-Bucks each. Good luck to everyone. So up on screen, I'll basically show you guys an example on what somebody posted on Reddit on how this crosshair customization would work in the game. So obviously you'd go into the settings and they'd have a custom crosshair location, basically a little tab for that says crosshair, and you can go ahead and customize it on there. I definitely like this idea, especially for people who play on PC. This probably wouldn't come in handy for anyone playing on console, because obviously you can't really control your aim as well as you can on PC. But I know a lot of games that do have PC play, PC games type like H1, Overwatch, all that good stuff. For those games that do have PC modes, obviously all those games allow for custom crosshairs. Now CSGO might be the most known for their custom crosshair, because they're, you can customize it so much. You can basically open up the command center in game and change every single thing about the crosshair. Now I know Overwatch has custom crosshairs as well as H1. I'm not completely sure if you can do the same, as CS can, but I know on those games you can choose your custom crosshairs. Like I said, this is something more for PC players, just because just having that crosshair for PC players, it's a lot easier to actually be more accurate and stuff like that. Now like I said, on console it's not as easy to aim as accurately, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't bring this to console. I think the only benefit for console players to have this custom crosshair would be just for aesthetic looks, just making it look better than the original dynamic one that they have in game. I know some people do prefer a static crosshair in game as well, so just having the ability to make that static rather than a dynamic one would make it, make it a lot more appealing to play. Now what I mean by a static crosshair rather than a dynamic one, when you guys move around in game, as you guys know, there is bloom, and they calculate that in the default crosshair that they have in the game currently. So basically what that means is, the crosshair opens up and closes depending on what your stance is in game. So just being able to choose a crosshair, making it static, which means obviously when you move around and stuff like that, the crosshair won't get bigger or smaller. I know some people are a little picky on that, because having a static one just allows for a better shot for most players. I know some people who use the dynamic one, where it obviously calculates it for yourself, is a little bit difficult for some people to get behind. For those of you guys that have been playing CS, Overwatch, H1 for quite some time, I know some of you guys, switching over to a dynamic one rather than a static crosshair gets a little bit annoying. It's a little bit harder to hit shots like that. So definitely having this option, at least on PC, would allow players to hit more shots. I definitely think that'd be more beneficial for those players. Now, even if custom crosshairs didn't come to the game completely, or this entire aspect of changing colors and all that, I definitely think they should add some sort of size feature, just being able to make the crosshair a little bit smaller. That way you can see your enemies from a farther distance. I know I get the situation where I start aiming down sights and it'll lock onto the target, but again, the crosshair is too big and it basically covers the entire enemy. So I'm not completely sure if I'm obviously hitting them or I'm slightly missing from left to right or whatever it may be. So just being able to make the crosshair a little bit smaller, that way it doesn't cover the entire enemy at a farther distance, I definitely would like an idea like that. Or if they just implement some sort of just dot instead of obviously the flaring other sides of it. If there's just a middle dot and that's about it, I definitely would like that feature there. Just being able to use one dot, that's something I use in CS a lot. H1, I just use the dot. Just being able to aim at the head is a lot more easier with a crosshair like that, rather than having one that's obviously moving around and stuff like that. So just being able to make it a little bit smaller, or just having one single dot crosshair, would be a little bit better for obviously accuracy and just being able to target enemies from a longer longer distance. Now I think the only reason that Fortnite has not made this a option in the game yet is because of their bloom feature. Now I know people might say that CS has this problem, but instead I think CS more has a spray pattern for each of the weapons. If you get really good with a weapon, you know the spray pattern on it, whereas in Fortnite it's a random, you know, bloom section. So that's why they have that dynamic crosshair as the default, where it just shows you guys where the potential bloom targets are and where the bullet could potentially go in that crosshair. So I think that's the main reason that they're not implementing this. But again, I feel like people would understand the fact that if you use a custom one, obviously you're not going to have that bloom area around the crosshair and stuff like that. So I guess that's the only reason that they're holding back on putting a custom crosshair option in the game, just because there isn't a specific spray pattern for each of the weapons. It's more of a bloom, where CS is more of a spray pattern that you get used to. I could definitely see this feature coming into effect fairly soon, just because Fortnite is going competitive very soon, and I know a lot of pro players do want their own custom crosshairs. Just like in CS, obviously those players have their own custom ones. You can jump into a map and basically copy what a pro has for their settings on their crosshair. I know a lot of pros do want their own custom one on Fortnite. If they did implement some sort of command system where you can type in your own crosshairs like you can on CS for Fortnite on PC, I definitely think that'd be a really good option, since obviously Fortnite is going competitive. People are starting to get used to obviously the dynamic one that's already in the game, but being able to get used to your own crosshair, being able to obviously, and once you get used to that, obviously you can start hitting more shots and being more accurate that way. Again, a dot rather than a dynamic one for me is something that I'd like to see in the game. Let me know in the comment section down below what kind of crosshair you'd like to see in the game. Me personally, like I said, I'm more of a dot guy, like a red dot or something like that, rather than a dynamic one that affects with the bloom and stuff like that in game. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, what you guys would have as your crosshair. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, don't forget to turn on those post notifications, and like I said, if you do get first like on any of my videos, especially the next ones, if you guys do turn on those post notifications, get that notification every time I post a video. That way you can get the first like. I'll follow you guys on Twitter and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.